Welcome to Mindful Confidence. In today's exploration, we dive deep into the transformative wisdom of Buddhism, guiding us through 15 powerful resolutions that can shape our journey in the coming year. These resolutions offer timeless teachings on cultivating mindfulness, compassion, and self-awareness, helping us navigate life with clarity and purpose. From embracing patience and generosity to seeking wisdom and letting go of attachments, each resolution invites us to live with intention and grace. Let's embark on a path of profound growth as we embrace these Buddhist principles and discover how they can bring peace, balance, and deeper meaning to our lives. Let us begin our journey with the enlightening words of Gautama Buddha, who said, "Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment." As we stand on the precipice of a new chapter, let us begin our journey with these wonderful words. We embark on a journey of self-discovery and spiritual development in the coming year, with this knowledge resonating in our hearts so that we can better understand ourselves. Today, we will share 15 New Year's resolutions that are inspired by Buddhism. These resolutions will serve as a compass to direct us toward a life that is aware, compassionate, and enlightened, in order to shape a year that is filled with growth, insight, and connection. These principles are intended to transform our minds and souls, with the intention of laying the groundwork for a new year that is rich in opportunities for self-discovery and spiritual enlightenment. Let us delve deeply into the pool of ancient wisdom. However, before we dive into today's topic, I have an important message for all of you watching. If you're eager to explore Buddhism, spirituality, and living a deeply examined life, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. The Buddhist teachings we're sharing today are just one example of the insightful content we release every week, filled with Zen stories that carry profound life lessons. By subscribing to our newsletter, you'll stay updated with all our thought-provoking material. Now, let's explore the secrets behind why we meet certain people in our lives and reflect on the deeper meaning of these encounters. Cultivate mindfulness. The teachings of Gautama Buddha served as the inspiration for the practice of mindfulness, which is not only an act of consciousness, but rather a way of being that involves being fully absorbed in each moment without distraction or judgment. Imagine being in a state of awareness where your breath acts as a guide, bringing your attention to the here and now in a gentle manner. You may cultivate a sense of serenity and stability, even in the midst of chaos, by concentrating on the rhythm of your breathing. This bridge between the outside world and your inner self is created when you focus on the rhythm of your breathing. This technique goes beyond simply sitting quietly and meditating. Through the practice of mindfulness, one can transform mundane routines into meaningful moments of connection, thereby integrating mindfulness into the fabric of daily life. For example, when you eat, you have the opportunity to properly savor each bite and appreciate the different flavors and sensations that are found in the food. Walking is another activity that can be transformed into a sensory experience, since it allows you to feel the ground beneath your feet and take in the sights and noises that are all around you. In a day that is otherwise filled with activity, even simple actions such as washing dishes can become rituals of presence, providing opportunities for periods of silent thought. The practice of mindfulness encourages us to take a break from our electronic devices and re-establish a connection with both ourselves and the environment around us. In this technologically advanced society, we create room for clarity and emotional equilibrium to emerge when we take pauses from the incessant cacophony that is generated by digital devices. There are numerous advantages to practicing mindfulness, including a decrease in stress, an improvement in concentration, and an overall improvement in one's sense of well-being. Despite the fact that difficulties such as a mind that wanders are very normal, the most important thing is to recognize these distractions without passing judgment on them, and to bring your focus back to the here and now. As we commit to practicing mindfulness, may it lead us to a year of increased awareness, emotional fortitude, and a more profound connection to the splendor of life. Practice loving kindness, metta. One of the most transformational components of Buddhist teaching is the practice of loving compassion toward others. In addition to encouraging us to show genuine compassion and kindness to other people, it also inspires us to show these qualities to ourselves. Imagine that loving kindness is a pleasant glow that emanates from your heart. It is a powerful purpose to wish pleasure, health, and peace for all beings. Because our ideas and intentions affect the world that we experience and the reality that we share with others, Gautama Buddha highlighted the significance of cultivating positive thoughts and intentions. In order to truly embody the spirit of loving kindness, one must first acknowledge the interconnectedness of all life. In the same way that we hope to be free from suffering and to experience happiness, every living thing also has this desire. When we say simple affirmations to ourselves, such as "May you be happy," "May you be healthy," or "May you be at peace," we send waves of positivity outward, first to ourselves, then to the people we love, and lastly to the larger world. On the other hand, loving kindness is not restricted to the time spent in meditation. It takes the form of deeds of compassion and caring committed on a daily basis. There are many ways to demonstrate this practice, such as by smiling at a stranger, lending a helpful hand, or showing patience in the face of frustration. It is essential that loving compassion emerges from inside. The majority of the time, we are the most critical of ourselves, plagued by self-criticism and condemnation of ourselves. An antidote to the feelings of uncertainty and dread that we experience on the inside. This practice encourages us to treat ourselves with the same love and care that we show to other people. Being able to be beacons of light and compassion in a world that is frequently characterized by apathy is made possible by loving kindness. Let this resolution serve as a reminder that every act of kindness contributes to a world that is more peaceful, thereby producing a ripple effect that affects lives that extend far beyond our own. What could possibly happen next? Stay tuned. We're about to reveal some unexpected gems that will captivate your imagination. Embrace impermanence, anicca. One of the most important lessons that Buddhism has to offer is regarding the concept of impermanence, also known as anicca. It brings to our attention the fact that life, much like a river that is flowing, is in a state of perpetual change. Nothing is ever the same. Everything is constantly changing. We are able to liberate ourselves from the worry that is frequently brought on by the illusion of permanence when we accept the concept of impermanence. Imagine a flower that is in its full glory. Its dazzling splendor is ephemeral, and they are doomed to wither and die away. Nevertheless, this impermanence does not have the effect of diminishing its beauty. Rather, it enhances it, making the present moment even more desirable. In the same vein, our experiences, relationships, and difficulties are all fleeting. When we have this understanding, we are able to appreciate the richness of life without clinging to it or being afraid of losing it. An invitation to let go of resistance to change is extended to us when we embrace impermanence. There is constant change all around us, whether it be the changing of the seasons, the phases of the moon, or the beat of our breath. It is this change that defines our reality. We might choose to view the unpredictability of life as an opportunity for personal development and transformation, rather than something to be feared. Within the context of challenging circumstances, this viewpoint becomes particularly potent. The cultivation of resilience and grace can be accomplished by acknowledging that suffering and adversity are only temporary. The concept of impermanence is not a call to live in perpetual anticipation of loss, Rather, it is an encouragement to embrace the ephemeral beauty of each moment. This resolution should serve as a reminder to us to go with the flow of life, to find delight in the twists and turns that it brings, and to live our lives in the here and now in an authentic manner. Commit to right speech. Not only does the practice of right speech involve speaking truthfully, but it also involves utilizing our words thoughtfully in order to generate understanding, harmony, and compassion. This is what Gautama Buddha taught those who practiced right speech. Words have the ability to either uplift or wound, to establish bridges, or to create obstacles within a relationship. By making a commitment to using appropriate language, we make the conscious decision to sow the seeds of compassion, encouragement, and honesty in the hearts of other people. Right discourse is built on the foundation of truthfulness. Communicating the truth in a way that is both clear and compassionate allows for the development of trust and meaningful connections. On the other hand, being true does not imply being blunt. Rather, it requires care and sensitivity in order to guarantee that our words do not do harm. When we are reminded to infuse our conversation with warmth and optimism, kindness is another essential component that we must incorporate. It is possible to have a significant impact by selecting words that are uplifting and inspiring in a world that is frequently filled with negativity. A further emphasis of right speech is the avoidance of language that is hurtful or frivolous. The attentive use of speech is hindered by things like gossip, using harsh words, and engaging in superfluous conversation. Rather, the words that we use ought to act as a conduit, leading to a more profound comprehension and serenity. As a result of this exercise, we are prompted to consider the meaning behind our words as well as the potential influence they may have on other people. Allow this resolution to serve as a compass that directs us to communicate with a higher level of awareness and integrity as we accept it. We pray that the words we use will become instruments that can be used to construct trust, cultivate compassion, and bring about a world that is more harmonious. Curious to find out all the answers? Stick with us until the end. There are some captivating insights and surprises waiting just for you. Don't miss out on the journey. Avoid harm. It is important to refrain from employing language that is harmful, whether it be through lies, gossip, or harsh remarks. For the purpose of fostering understanding and building bridges, it is a commitment to establish a setting that encourages discussion. In order to practice proper speech, it is not enough to simply talk. It also includes the way in which we listen. Our dedication to proper speech is complemented by the practice of mindful listening, which involves hearing with an open heart and without passing judgment. Recognizing that communication is a two-way street and that the words we use should promote understanding rather than separation is an important step in the right direction. Take into consideration a scenario in which a carefully selected word could either alleviate stress or provide comfort. It is the art of recognizing those opportunities and responding with wisdom and compassion that is the definition of right speech. When it comes to expressing ourselves, it is not necessarily about speaking everything that we think. Rather, it is about knowing when and how to do it accurately. It is important that we remember, as we move forward with this resolution, that the words we speak have a domino effect, meaning that they not only affect other people, but also shape our own internal environment. Our words have the potential to become a source of harmony, understanding, and compassion. May we choose to embrace the power of appropriate speech and create a space where this can happen. Develop generosity. More than just the act of giving, the transforming practice of developing generosity, which is inspired by the teachings of Gautama Buddha, extends beyond acts of giving. One approach to cultivate an open-hearted and unselfish character is through the practice of generosity. also known as dana. When you think about generosity, picture it as a river that flows freely and nourishes everything that it passes through. With this goal, we are encouraged to embrace the joy of giving without expecting anything in return, which helps us cultivate a mindset that recognizes the interconnection of all living things. Not only does generosity involve the gift of tangible items, but it also encompasses the gift of our time, attention, and kindness. It is possible for even the simplest acts of kindness to have a significant impact on the lives of other people, which in turn can help us feel more fulfilled within ourselves. One might compare the act of practicing generosity to planting the seeds of kindness. We make a contribution to a world that is more positive and peaceful when we give, whether it is by lending a helping hand, saying something kind, or sharing a meal with another person. On the road to generosity, each act of kindness becomes a step along the way. In addition, this goal encourages us to investigate the relationship that we have with our material belongings. It inspires us to take a mindful approach to our possessions, acknowledging them as resources that can be used to bring joy to others and benefit ourselves. We make room for a more profound sense of connection and contentment when we let go of our attachment to the things that we have in our possession. There are no constraints placed on generosity by our circumstances. We may discover opportunities to offer, whether it be through a smile, an ear to listen, or a simple act of goodwill, regardless of the circumstances in which we find ourselves at the moment. Putting generosity into practice can be a source of happiness, since it serves as a reminder that the act of giving itself is a gift in and of itself. Foster contentment. The notion of cultivating contentment is a reflection of the wisdom that Gautama Buddha possessed. To achieve santosha, often known as contentment, one must not be content with less. It is a thorough acknowledgement and acceptance of the current state of affairs. Imagine that contentment is a calm stream that flows entirely within you, unhindered by the tides that come from the outside. This resolution encourages us to investigate the possibility of achieving a level of inner contentment, regardless of the circumstances that surround us. This is a change away from the never-ending pursuit of more and toward the objective of finding serenity in the here and now. Rather than merely accepting one's circumstances, contentment is achieved via an active participation with one's life. It is about appreciating the benefits that we have, whether they be relationships, experiences, or the day-to-day pleasures that we take for granted. For those of us who live in a world that frequently promotes the unrelenting chase of success, contentment enables us to discover fulfillment not only in the destination, but also in the trip itself. One of the practices that contributes to contentment is the cultivation of thankfulness. In place of concentrating on what we do not possess, it encourages us to rejoice in what we do own. Gratitude transforms into a potent instrument that assists us in shifting our perspective from one of lack to one of abundance. Another thing that this resolution invites us to do is investigate the nature of desire. In spite of the fact that aspirations and objectives are natural, contentment compels us to differentiate between healthy aspirations and cravings that cannot be satisfied. Achieving a sense of equilibrium involves following one's dreams without letting them obscure one's appreciation for the current moment. But before starting the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Now, let's get started. Practice patience. The virtue of patience, also known as khanti, is not limited to the capacity to endure. Rather, it is a profound and aware understanding that develops as we manage the trials of life with grace and perseverance. Consider the concept of patience as a strong tree, with its roots firmly planted in peace, which can withstand storms without losing its vigor. The purpose of this resolution is to encourage us to accept the ups and downs of life and to acknowledge that not everything occurs according to our ideal schedule. Active engagement with the here and now is what constitutes patience, not passive acceptance of the situation. Our ability to maintain composure and calmness in the face of challenges, delays, and unpredictability is bolstered by this principle. Understanding the concept of impermanence is essential to the practice of patience. It encourages us to go with the natural rhythm of life rather than fighting against change or demanding outcomes right now. Patience becomes the gentle river that directs us, whether it be a goal for our careers, a relationship with a loved one, or a dream that is still to be achieved. Through the process of observing how we respond to situations, we are able to gain insight into our impulses and feelings. A patient person does not try to stifle their irritation. Rather, they accept it and choose to respond in a measured manner. The concept of patience extends to our dealings with other people as well. This acknowledges that everyone is on their own road and is confronted with their own set of challenges. Through the cultivation of patience, we make room in our relationships for understanding, empathy, and compassion. Through the cultivation of patience, cultivate concentration. The cultivation of concentration, also known as samadhi, is not simply a matter of concentrating one's thoughts. Rather, it is a profound journey into the development of calm and focused attention. Imagine if focus is a placid lake, with its waters unaffected by the ripples that are caused by distractions. This goal encourages us to create a mind that is able to meditate in the here and now, free from the continual stream of thoughts that distract us from the current moment. Through the practice of concentration, one can teach their mind to concentrate on a single point, such as the breath during meditation, a particular task, or the sensations that occur within their body. When it comes to the mind, it is not about forcing it into submission, but rather about gently guiding it toward peaceful concentration. This technique goes beyond the traditional definition of meditation. It is about recovering the power of continuous focus in a society that is riddled with distractions and being completely present in whatever it is that we are doing during that time. The cultivation of a calm and clear mind, free from the commotion of mental chatter, can be accomplished through the use of concentration as a resource. When it comes to mindfulness and insight, focus is the key to unlocking the door. Through the cultivation of our capacity for concentration, we are able to access deeper states of awareness and comprehension, which ultimately leads to the acquisition of insights into the nature of our thoughts, feelings, and the very essence of our being. If these teachings resonated with you, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, share it with a friend who could benefit from these lessons, and subscribe to our channel for more life-changing insights. Let's continue this journey of growth together. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay mindful, stay compassionate, and let your inner strength shine.
Audio Jungle.